Right now on the KRON4 Morning News, newly released body camera video shows the moments before Pacifica Police shoot a mother who was attacking her own son. And now that the A's are heading to Sacramento, many are wondering what's going to happen to the Coliseum. We'll take a look. And it's time for Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Baseball officially back in San Francisco. We're live at Oracle Park.
Now, from the Bay Area's local news station, you're watching the KRON4 Morning News at 6.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us here at 6 a.m. on a Friday. I'm James Fletcher.
And I'm Rena Harvey in for Daria Folsom. Hey, you noticed something a little different today?
It's a little drier.
It's a little drier. A win is a win.
Absolutely. We'll take it, John.
Good morning, John.
I like it too. Yeah, Friday getting a dry start. Absolutely earned it after yesterday's rainfall during the morning commute. Behind me, you got San Francisco, the city lights back there. Something you can actually see this morning. Yesterday at this time, it was pretty clouded in from that perspective. We're looking outside at the Golden Gate Bridge right here. Much calmer conditions than yesterday as far as winds go too. So improvements in a lot of regards. We are still seeing a lot of snowfall up in the Sierra Nevada, and that is something that will slow you down a little bit as you head up there today to enjoy all that fresh spring powder. As for the Bay Area itself, definitely calmer. We still have some low elevation snowfall though. You're seeing that up around Mount Hamilton with several inches up there. Even saw a little bit of rain snow mix on the Altamont Pass this morning between Livermore on your way out to Tracy. Now we will continue to see a chance of isolated showers through the day today. Most likely to see any thunderstorm development occurring further inland into the afternoon. Talking inland Napa, Solano, Contra Costa, and Alameda counties towards the afternoon, as you can see here. Bodes well for those of us near the Bay Shore and the coastline, which are more likely to remain dry for most of the day. 30s and 40s for your current temperatures, so throw on those extra layers that you might not have thought you needed anymore, but we have seen this wintry return. Temperatures later on today will stay in the 50s, much like yesterday. Back to you.
All right, John, thank you for that. Let's get a look at your morning commute. Bay Bridge right now, about 9-minute ride. Things are just not as slick as yesterday, but still be careful. 13 minutes at 80 to 101 on our San Mateo Bridge. Richmond San Rafael Bridge about 8 minutes, and the Golden Gate Bridge 37 to the tolls, 19 minutes.
Well, 6:01 is the time, and our top story this morning, it's official as we've reported. The Oakland A's, after 56 years with deep roots in Oakland, they are now leaving and heading to Sacramento.
Yeah, a lot of people sad, but the big question is what's going to happen to the Oakland Coliseum? KRON4's Kel Ong has that story.
I wish that we were able to keep the A's in Oakland for 1, 2, 3 or more years.
Speaking to us by phone, Alameda County Supervisor David Halbert, who has been in meetings with the Oakland A's team executives, says the focus for the future of the Oakland Coliseum will be to bring in as many events as possible, such as sporting events, with the Oakland Roots set to play at the venue.
We are committed as the Joint Powers Authority to working closely with ASM, our operator, to keep people employed and to keep revenue coming in to pay for the Coliseum and arena operations.
One team that hopes to be part of the Oakland Coliseum's future, the Oakland Ballers. The team's co-founders joined KRON4 News at 3 Thursday.
We're excited to play at Raimondi Park. Hopefully beyond that, we're talking to the community, we're talking to the city, we're talking to the fans, and we will do what's best for Oakland. We continue to be excited about the prospect of playing a game at the Coliseum if that ever comes to fruition. We're excited to go see Roots games there and Soul games. It's a beautiful ballpark. We want to see it activated.
A statement from Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao reads in part, quote, "We wish the A's the best and will continue our conversations with them on facilitating the sale of their share of the Coliseum site. The city of Oakland will now focus on advancing redevelopment efforts at the Coliseum."
There are three guilty parties here: John Fisher, Major League Baseball, and the elected officials of Oakland and Alameda County.
Former A's executive Andy Dolich weighing in on the future of the Coliseum, with the A's moving to Sacramento.
The future, you can see this book over my shoulder. It's called Goodbye Oakland.
Dolich referring to a book he co-authored about the history of how Bay Area sports teams like the Warriors and Raiders left Oakland. As for the Coliseum, Dolich says several hundred workers from security, management, operations, concessions, and parking will be impacted.
The Coliseum was the last town square left in Oakland that people of all backgrounds could get together and celebrate their sports teams, and now it is going to be a quiet location.
And Councilmember Rebecca Kaplan posted on social media a list of possibilities to fill the Coliseum space. That list she referred to an op-ed she penned 5 years ago. And some ideas include affordable housing, a music venue, and a convention site. In the newsroom, Gail Ong, KRON4 News.
Well, this will also be the last A's season for hundreds of vendors that work there at the Coliseum. Sellers of beer and hot dog, peanuts, popcorn, all of it. They're now down to their final 74 home games. And for longtime beer hawker and Oakland native Kendrick Thompson, the A's move to Sacramento is heartbreaking. He says it's going to cost hundreds of jobs, including his.
I grew up watching my father win, and this is like a dream job for me. You know, it's just a bunch of mixed emotions. You want to yell, scream, you want to figure out your next move as soon as possible.
Well, Thompson says there's always other places to be a vendor like Oracle Park, but it's for him just not the same. He has no plans to follow the team to Sacramento.
Well, we have developing news. Pacifica Police releasing body camera video from the deadly shooting that happened last week.
Yeah, so officers shot and killed a mother who they say had just shot and injured her own son. Police identified that woman as 50-year-old Michelle Arias.
KRON4 Sarah Stinson has that story.
The daughter says her mom has never been violent before. She says the night prior to the shooting, they were celebrating her brother's birthday. She says that's when they learned their mom had bought a gun. They tried to convince her to return it. She says they're still in shock, but she's glad her brother's okay.
Gunshots.
Newly released body camera video shows the moment leading up to a deadly police shooting in Pacifica. It was before 8 in the morning on March 27th when a 23-year-old man called 911 after locking himself in the bathroom of his apartment. He says he got shot by his mother. Police identified her Thursday as 50-year-old Michelle Arias.
Who shot you? My mom, Chinese woman in her early 50s. Where the mom went.
Police say Arias was just pulling out of the apartment complex on Francisco Boulevard. 2 officers tried to stop her, one on each side of the driveway.
Stop! Stop!
Police slowed down the video to show Arias pointing a gun at both of them before officers shot at her.
Shots fired!
After the car came to a stop, officers say they removed the gun from Arias' hand and checked on her.
Suspects down.
An ambulance arrived for both the son and mom, but Arias died at the scene. The son was taken to the hospital after being shot in his left arm and right wrist. In the Arias car, police say they found a loaded handgun and 4 boxes of ammunition. In the apartment, they found the family dog shot and killed. The San Mateo County District Attorney's Office is in the middle of an independent investigation to see if the shooting was in compliance. Pacifica Police are also doing an internal investigation to see if officers followed policies and procedures. While speaking with Arias' daughter off camera, she told me she believes her mom was going through a mental episode that morning and wishes she never had bought that gun. The DA says it will take 8 to 9 weeks to complete its investigation. The 2 officers involved are on administrative leave. I'm Sarah Stinson reporting in Pacifica. Back to you.
Well, a migrant farm worker who survived the Half Moon Bay mass shooting filed a lawsuit against the owners of the mushroom farms where the killings took place. 24-year-old Pedro Felix Romero Perez was shot 5 times. He survived, but he lost his older brother, Jose. Pedro and Jose's family, they filed a lawsuit against California Terra Gardens and its owner, accusing them of failing to take reasonable steps to protect their tenants from violent acts. And happening today, San Francisco Board of Supervisors President Aaron Peskin is set to file paperwork to officially enter the running for mayor. Supervisor Peskin currently serves as the president of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors. He's been on the board on and off since the early 2000s. When Peskin does officially join the race, he's going to be joining incumbent Mayor London Breed, Supervisor Asha Safai, philanthropist Daniel Lurie, and former San Francisco Mayor and Supervisor Mark Farrow.
All right, now let's talk baseball. Today, the home opener for the Giants as they come back to Oracle Park.
Yeah, they're going to be welcoming fans back and the baseball park as the Giants play their first home game of the season. A lot of people excited.
They are.
Carlos Beltran.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, he's actually in the ballpark now. Good morning, Will.
Let me give a tip if you are getting ready to go to the game a little bit later. Bundle up. It's not raining, but my goodness, it is cold this morning. So, you know, San Francisco weather, I think this year a little bit colder than previous home openers. And we've been here every year. It's always a treat. You're looking inside right now. This is a live look, and you can see because of all that rainfall over the last 24 hours or so, they have covered the infield, and they have to come out here to make sure it's nice and dry. This has been a long time coming, right? This is a new season. The Giants typically start the year off on the road. I know this because I've covered this so many times. They tell Major League Baseball, we want to be on the road to get the lather going, hoping that they win so many games that when they come back here, the fans will be ready to go. This time, they hope the fans will cheer them on to get some more wins because it has not been a successful start for the season. 2-5 on the road. They played the Dodgers and the Padres, two very familiar teams and especially familiar to new Giants manager Bob Melvin. Last year, he was the manager for the San Diego Padres. He comes home to the Bay Area from Palo Alto. One time he managed the Oakland A's, and now he's with the San Francisco Giants. When you come to the ballpark, a little bit of a change. This is the first time since 1999 you will not hear public announcer Ronell Brooks Moon, as she and the Giants could not reach an agreement. So there'll be a new voice here when you come to the ballpark. The Giants, of course, hoping to get back to the playoffs and try to win another World Series. Remember all those World Series that we saw back every other year back in the early 2010s. Well, the Giants hope to get back there this year. They need your help, and fortunately, there are still tickets available. I can tell you that the least expensive, James and Raina, $65, but at least they're still available. We will talk to Giants executives as the morning moves on. Raina got excited about this a little bit earlier, James, and now you're joining the party. I found out that Montel Jordan from the 1990s famous hit, This Is How We Do It,
This is how
he will
you
sing
do it.
the national anthem. They'll start allowing people in at 10:35 this morning. Back to you guys.
Okay, Raina was singing the song while you were doing your report.
We'll
She's
sing it in
very,
commercial break.
Very excited. Thank you, Will. All right, 6:11 is the time, and still ahead on the KRON4 Morning News. Protesters blocked the entrance of a research facility in Sunnyvale, and a driver ended up speeding towards them, threatening them at times. We'll take a look at the heated exchange. And 99-cent stores announcing it's going out of business. Which Bay Area stores are going to be closing next?
Democratic legislative leaders and the governor reached a deal to shrink the state's multi-billion-dollar budget deficit. I'm Capitol correspondent Eitan Wallace. I'll tell you by how much, plus how Republicans are responding.